Hey, what up?
What's going on?
Hey, you got your cup in hand too.
I do. This is straight ginger, hot water and ginger. That's it. I've been getting better. I've been getting better, but I've noticed in my older age, as I get older, when I'm battling something, like if my body's getting past the sickness, like I feel like I beat it. I didn't really get sick. It was just a little, a little weirdness in my throat.
Yeah,
But I did my class in the morning yesterday, and then I went to the gym, and I think it was too much. It was too much. It was too much. I should have just picked
okay.
one. Should have stuck with one because when I do too much, I was down. I was down last night. I
You was
felt
sore and
miserable,
everything. Felt like you were.
sore, body was sore, throat was hurting, head was hurt. It was, yeah. It was like I got sick. Felt like I got sick all over again. Feel better today, but
No,
it's
that's
crazy.
how it go. It'll let you know. It's
hmm
off rip.
Whereas when we were
It,
younger, I feel like I could just,
oh,
as
you
long as I
know,
drank some water and got some sleep, I'd be good in a
yeah.
day, 2 days.
Sometimes you ain't even need the sleep part. You just need a couple.
Right.
Just close your eyes for a little bit.
Exactly. And you know what? I don't even think it's age. I think it's these kids. I blame the kids. It's all their fault.
Nah, that yeah. It get rough with them.
I blame the kids.
Hey, they motivate you and take you out at the same time.
That's why you get stronger when you have kids because they
Definitely.
challenge you physically, spirit, in every way. They challenge you, even down to your health. They're gonna challenge you.
That's what they do. All right, so we'll kick it off. I'll just tell you the story. We're gonna do like seven rapid fire questions at first.
Oh shoot, rapid fire. Hold
Yeah,
up.
rapid fire. Yeah, just like yes, no, answer it. Boom, no
Okay.
explanation. We
Okay.
we may touch back on them later. If we throughout the conversation, some may come up. It's like, well, you said this, then blah blah blah, and then we're gonna end with three more like introspective questions, just kind of like a little deeper ones. And then
Mhm.
in between, it just be like kind of like a free flowing conversation. Got a couple of prompts, but we just kind of let it go however it go, and then go from there.
Sounds good.
Good, good. So we started off. So describe your personality in one word. Ooh.
Mhm.
That's the reaction I get with everybody when I say that. They be like, "Oh."
One word is petty. Oh, that's petty. Driven.
Yeah, okay. Would you rather meet aliens or speak to ghosts?
Can I ask questions in this rapid fire? Is that
Yeah,
allowed?
yeah, you can assuming both are non-hostile and trying to hunt you and take
Right.
you out.
Precisely. But are the ghost people that I've known that have passed,
They
or
could
are
be they,
they?
they, they could be anybody. It could be anyone. You mean you can probably kind of call at will.
Oh, I'm gonna say ghosts. I'm gonna say
Okay,
ghosts.
okay, okay. What's your current age?
I'll be 38 in 2 weeks.
Ooh, happy early birthday.
Capricorn season.
Matter of fact, this might be dropping by the time on your birthday week, maybe.
Oh, that'd be perfect. That'd be
Yeah.
perfect.
As of right now, what are you the top 1,000 at in the world?
Top 1,000 at
That's like 0.0001%. What you
right. What? Oh, I'm gonna say at doing my own maintenance as a woman. My
Mhm.
own maintenance.
Like around the house, or just kind of like just
No, my
yeah.
physical maintenance, my hair,
Physical. Okay.
nails, lashes, anything. I don't get none of that
Anything?
done. I do it all
Okay.
myself.
So self-care maintenance.
Yeah, I feel like,
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
kind of, not all women can do that. We got some estheticians, some people that
Yeah.
are educated in it, but even them, they rather somebody else do it. So,
Nice. That's what's up. Pullover hoodie or zip up hoodie?
zip up,
All right, all right. Tequila or whiskey?
tequila,
Hey, hey. And then last
easy.
one, increase creativity or increase intellect?
Um, I'm gonna say creativity. I'm gonna say creativity.
Well, I'm sure we probably touch back on some of those, but we
That's so hard.
yeah, it is.
And for me, it's like that's almost like the chicken and the egg, though, because I feel like with increased intellect, you can increase creativity and vice versa. So
And
it's
vice
like
versa. Yeah.
I think they both kind of pull from each other. But if
Yeah.
I had to choose, like if I just got a big surge of one,
Yeah.
I think it'd be a creativity.
All right, cool, cool. So we just jump straight into I got a couple prompts, but I'll start off with like the first one because I know, like you said, you taught a class, you went to then you went to work out, then you was down bad for a little bit. You were like, ooh, I might. So
Yeah.
as far as like all the people that you meet, what you see online and stuff, where do you see most people overcomplicate the health aspect of life, or just being healthy, being fit? Where you think most people like overcomplicate it?
Mm, um, just the idea of it looking a certain way
Mm,
over general consistency.
yeah,
Like especially with the women that I've come in encounter with that I've trained and stuff. They, you had we're idealistic, especially when it comes to goal setting and trying to implement something new into our lives. We have these ideas, we have these grand ideas of what it should look like, what it should feel like, what it's gonna sound like, smell like, taste like. And I think anytime that deviates, women will crumble, they'll fall apart. Um, Mostly under the guise of feeling like they failed.
yeah,
So it's just like, listen, have a plan, and even sit and meditate. I'm not saying I don't want you to visualize what you want it to be like. Definitely do that too. But be okay with stuff falling apart because it's gonna fall apart at some point or another. Be able to pivot, be malleable. Malleable is one of my favorite words. It's one of my favorite words.
it's a fun word to say.
It is. It's so fun. And it's so applicable to like,
Yeah, it is.
everything down to your physical body, to the way you live life, everything. It's a good word. And I feel like, yeah, women they get too in their head about it looking a certain way as opposed to like, listen, if you could just build consistency, discipline, like everything else, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. It's
Mm.
going to go up, it's going to go down, it's going to look good sometimes, it's going to look bad sometimes, but consistency wins the game every time.
I mean, you touched on like the parenting and how these kids will take you out. Do you think um, mothers do better with that, or it don't really matter? Because with kids, it's inconsistent, it's all over the place. Do you think
Right.
they get used to it and be able to adapt to it, or it really don't matter? It's just kind of like
Yeah.
the
I'm
nature.
biased because I'm a mother. And of course I'm like, okay, who run the world, girls.
Yeah.
But no, I think with intention, both parents can excel. And it's really about but it is about creating a dynamic, like cultivating a good dynamic
Mm,
that works for each individual couple. Because it comes down to personalities too. Growing up, my stepdad, he did most of the cooking, he did
yeah.
most of the cleaning, and he was good at that. And he worked too. He was a corporate man, you know what I mean?
Mm,
But it worked. He was just better at that. So I don't really wholly subscribe to gender roles. I personally do prefer kind of more domestic things. I'd rather be around the house taking care of things, and being the primary caregiver when it comes to the kids. And I want to see my husband go out and flourish and do certain things. But I don't think it has to be that way. And I think
yeah.
the more you pour into creating a good dynamic with your partner, the better y'all can tag team them kids because it's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot. How old's the youngest?
She's 5. Ada is
It's
5.
fine.
She just turned 5 last month. And my oldest Tristan is 17. He's graduating this year. He'll be 18 in June.
He gonna play football next level? What's he doing? Because I
I
seen
don't
I seen
know.
highlights. The boy be moving. He fast as a move.
Listen, but
And
he's, you know,
he put on some size to someone when he was working out with you. I was
he
like,
did good. He really did. This is the first year he really, really was able to pack it on. But he's a multi athletic. He does multiple sports. He does
yeah.
3 sports. So now he's in wrestling season. And in
Oh, okay.
wrestling season, he can't have that weight on him.
No.
He has, he's a smaller stature, he's a shorter guy.
Yeah.
So he has to cut weight. And that's kind of been the battle each year. Football, he's trying to put on as much mass, and then wrestling season, he has to cut back down, and that's kind of tough. But I would like to see him wrestle
Yeah,
in
okay.
college. He's
Yeah.
he's really good. He's really good. He's
What's the
got a
third
knack
sport?
for it. Track,
Track. Oh, okay. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
track, sprinter, 400 runner. 400, right?
That,
Which I'd just be like,
that's the
eh.
hardest race. That's the hardest
Yeah,
race of them all. I
the
tell people like
worst.
you, it don't matter how in shape you is. Every at the finish of the race, you always seeing stars. You feel like you about to fall out.
Yep.
It don't
Like
matter.
that's
You
the
know?
roughest. I would never. I mean, I think my coach made me do it one time and it was like a rite of passage thing at a meet. But I'm a sprinter, 100, 200. And then
Yeah.
randomly he's like, you doing that 400 today. I'm like,
Yeah. He's like,
why
hold
would
on. Yeah.
you do that to me?
What
Yeah.
did I do? What did I
Right,
do?
right. He's like, you gotta prove yourself now. But yeah, so I would like to see him wrestle. I feel like, there's more room for him to grow there,
Yeah.
and it's all about his, not that football is definitely about personal drive, but a single person sport, even though you're on a team, when you're out on that mat, it's just you. It's
Yeah.
just you and that one
It's a
person.
wrap. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I love watching him challenge himself in that way. He's already got some. Listen, he's already got some acceptance letters with scholarships
Oh,
from
that yeah.
some up north. He's up north during the school
Yeah.
year. He's in school up north in New Jersey, so he's already getting some. He hasn't seen the one he won't yet, but
Yeah. Well, he
but
got
yeah,
options. At least he got
he
options
does.
right now.
He
I
does.
mean
He
that
does, which is
that's all
great.
you can ask for at this point. Everything else is just icing and kind of
Yep.
curating what you want. But at least you know you got that fail safe or
Right.
whatever, you know.
Yep.
And the way stuff going on now, I mean, you can just pick up and leave and go to a different school whenever. Somebody you
Exactly.
do good, somebody then they be like off you, all right. I
Yep, they
saw
see you. Yeah, just
yeah.
getting your foot in the door somewhere could be the first step
Yeah, just
for sure.
like a stepping stone.
Yeah. How old are the twins?
The twins 14.
Dude, it's gonna be here before you know it.
I
Like
know, I
they're
know.
gonna be applying for colleges
I know
tomorrow,
they're
and you're gonna be
freshmen
like,
right
what?
there. Well, their freshman year is halfway over now. They're going into the back half. Yeah,
And
it's
it's
crazy.
something about freshman year where after that it
Yeah,
goes
it's
by a
just
blink of an eye.
it's gone. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yep.
like elementary lasts forever. Then you got middle school.
Right.
It's kind of like a little bridge because it's only 3 years.
Right.
And then once they get to high school, you're like, hold on, it's only 4 years left.
It's done so
Like,
fast.
oh my
Yeah.
goodness, yeah, it go quick. But I guess going back to like the fitness part of it, and then like I mean, wrestling is one of those extreme sports. Like, I
It
mean,
is.
in the sense that like those dudes are conditioned. I remember in high school walking past the wrestling room, it was always like hot and steamy and steamy. I'm like, man, what they be
Literally,
doing?
and stank because then they're sweating and spitting, and
Yeah,
it's
I'm like, man,
crazy.
what's going on in there? But as far as like what do people think? I mean, well, what is like really extreme, but it actually works? Like stuff that you have done, like in fitness, like to rather to get in
Mm,
shape or rather to train somebody or rather to get somebody to hit their goals. You know, like what's
mm.
something that's people like, man,
You
that
know, I have, as I've gotten older and more knowledgeable in what I do, have pulled away from
mm,
anything extreme. Whereas in the beginning, back in 2018, 2019, or 2017 to 2019, I had a fitness studio in Florida, is
yeah,
where um, I took power and posture. I started in Knoxville, and then I went to Florida, and I met a girl, and we opened a studio together under my
yeah,
business name. And that was my first introduction to like boot camp classes. And that's
yeah,
what we started. And I fell in love. Oh my gosh, the first class I ever did, I was like, what? I'm trying to do this all the time. And then, I went through my processes and became an instructor for boot camp.
yeah.
And we immediately started doing like challenges, 90-day challenges, 60-day challenges.
Uh,
And it's hard not to love as a fitness enthusiast because
yeah,
you're getting people together and you're giving them these parameters of like, we about to restrict this, we're not gonna do that, we're gonna do it, and we about to do it together, and we're gonna go for it, and we're about to lose this weight. Like, you get excited, you get revved up, and you get these girls in this like pocket of like all of they're not, and it's not that they aren't healthy, but it's things that they would not do in their regular life
yeah.
at all. Things that they won't do after this challenge. Like you can't make them do it after this challenge. They're
No,
gonna do it because there's adrenaline rush. Everybody's hyping each other up. There's a prize on the line. You know, you get to, we even had a photographer that I had become friends with. She did our, me and Jean's engagement photos way back in the day. We even got her on board to do our before and after photos. So we also had professional before and
Yeah.
after photos with a photographer. She had her lights and everything. So just a huge energy rush in these challenges. And these girls will lose so much weight. I mean, we had 30 pounds, 50 pounds in like 90 days.
Yeah, I remember seeing
Like,
some of the pictures and stuff. Yeah.
man, it was crazy. It was bananas. And at this time, there wasn't a lot of weight loss drugs on the market. Nobody was taking anything. Nobody was taking no
Yeah.
shots. It was keto, it was fasting, and it was
Yeah.
boot camp
Hey, it
classes,
was
kicking.
what was it? The Hollywood diet and Jenny Craig. Those the only two
Right,
like two things you'll
right.
see.
Okay,
And
Atkins, right?
yeah.
We wouldn't do it. I mean, keto's slick. It's
Well,
kind of
they
deboned
had they had
Atkins.
the tea. What was the tea?
Oh yeah, all the slimming teas, all the flat belly teas, all the teas that have you on foot.
that's all it really was.
Yeah, and we were classes. I mean, we was kicking ass every day. Can we use language on this? I don't know.
No, yeah, yeah. No, there's no holds bar, no filter. Like,
Okay. Because I gotta watch myself. I got a potty mouth. Okay.
nah, you
Yeah.
good to go.
So at that time, I feel like almost all of that was pretty extreme. I really do.
Really.
Because if you're not going to do it, if you're doing it in that time frame and you're really, really, really like upheavaling your whole life and how you live to do it, it's not something you're going to stick to. And at the time, all I was seeing was results. It was tunnel vision. I would see the results and I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. We doing the work. But as I got older and started to see the effects after and how women were losing weight, but then they were putting it back
Then you
on,
went back on. Yeah.
putting more back on. And that yo-yoing wasn't only affecting them metabolically, but it was affecting their brains
Yeah.
and how they perceive themselves and their belief in themselves, their
Yeah.
efficacy, belief in themselves of what they could do. And I was just like, man, this ain't good.
I mean, what do you think it was like the extremeness of it, or was it just the in the moment endorphins from like the support and all the fanfare and like just
It
that
was a
motivating
combination.
factor. Yeah.
It's definitely a combination because I still do challenges. I
Yeah.
still do challenges. I still believe in creating an energy. And when you bring a group of people together with similar goals and they're all, hyping each other up and showing up for each other and keeping each
Yeah.
other accountable, you create a palpable energy. And I believe in that. That's church. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
Yeah.
I believe in that. I know that miracles can happen in that type of atmosphere. So I still do challenges for sure. But excuse me, the guidelines, the things
Yeah.
that I'm encouraging them to do to try out because back then it wasn't anything that I wouldn't do. I would do all I'm ready to go at any
So y'all,
time.
y'all, y'all about to get this work.
Right. Like anything I was telling them to do, it was some stuff I was doing too, or I'd
Yeah.
be willing to do. So, and yeah, kind of still in that mindset, but just have changed the focus of the challenges. It's not all about fat loss. It's not about weight loss. It's about how in this time frame can I introduce you to the most healthy habits
Yeah.
and uh lasting ways to implement them, and
Yeah.
let you try them out. You don't have to keep them if you don't want to, but give them a go. Give them a
Oh
go for
yeah, I
this time
mean,
frame.
you get to show them the art of the possible. You get to see
Right.
you introduce them to things or capabilities they may not have thought they could do or could achieve.
Exactly. Yeah.
And also other people that may be going through the same thing they going through or struggling with the same thing, so they not woe is me, isolated on
Yeah.
an island type of feeling. So
Absolutely.
I
There's
think
that
that's good.
camaraderie. There's that validation that they get from each
Yeah.
other. There's that 4 minute mile where they see somebody else do
Do
something.
it, and then
And it's
everybody else start breaking
like,
it.
yeah, man, this stuff it's real. I wholly believe in it. But just do it a little bit differently. Because like the question was, what have you done that was extreme? I feel like those challenges were extreme. They
Yeah.
were, and they got extreme results, but they just
Yeah.
weren't lasting,
Yeah. But was that the most extreme thing you've done
Me
personally? Or
personally, man, I don't know. Because they don't seem extreme to me. Like what?
not? Yeah.
for results. Like what? Um,
I mean, but like in hindsight, because like in hindsight, looking at it, like when I started bodybuilding, I bodybuilding, I was like, I might as well, because
right,
I was competitive. I needed some kind of outlet from transitioning from sports to, normalcy, normal
right,
everyday life. And then I was always in the gym. I seen it. I was like, oh, I can do that. I can do that. You get into it, like you say. I mean, it wasn't extreme to me, but my mind.
right,
But that's just like a switch that I just had to flip in my mind because I'm like, I mean,
right,
I know like eating at a calorie deficit is, for so long, doing hours of cardio, working out, like the no social life, like all of that in a nutshell is extreme, but it was almost anything that I do and dive into I can kind of be extreme because, you get obsessive and,
right,
so I didn't really, but in hindsight looking like, yeah, I could see why it's not as easy for other people to do it. So
right.
like,
Exactly.
is there anything kind of like that you kind of think about like, oh, that's actually
Um,
almost like a pat on the back. Like, dang, I actually
and you
did that.
did that.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is not people might not think this is extreme, but I feel like some of these mud runs were like we did Tough
Oh no,
Mudder.
those extreme.
Dude, Tough Mudder was in the training for it, and the
Yeah.
training for it was pretty raw because I didn't want to go out there and not be able to do anything. I wanted to be able
Yeah.
to do everything, and I did. But the first Tough Mudder we did, because I did a bunch of different types of races, but the first Tough Mudder, it was 12 and a half miles.
Oh yeah.
It was 12.5. And first of
Was it
all,
cold? Because most of the ones I see
no,
is always cold. Oh, okay.
nope, we was in Florida. I did all of my races in Florida, and I kind
Okay.
of got off easy with that. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't do a race outside of Florida until 2022, I think. Uh, after it was after my daughter was born. I did it on Mother's Day, actually. That was the first one I did outside of Florida. All the rest of my races, I did all of them in Florida.
Okay.
And man, just beautiful weather any time of year. The weather was on par. It was great. It was great. But I mean, warmer months, it was hot. It was really hot, but I prefer
Yeah.
heat.
I mean
But
that probably make it worse than being cold.
right,
Yeah.
it's pretty rough. But I feel like that was pretty extreme. And when I think about it, I'm like, would I do that again? Probably. I
Yeah.
probably,
I was like, yeah, I mean, it's like a
probably
drug. I
would.
mean, it's like, you see people, they get high, they be all laid out doing something,
Wait,
blacked out. You're like, would they drink and do it again? Yeah,
probably.
probably.
But I mean, the training I was doing for that, there was this ROTC boot camp uh yard basically there in Florida. It was at a school, and we used to hop a fence, a real like 10-foot fence. We would climb this fence, hop this fence to get over there to train on that facility on the weekends when they weren't in school. And I mean, middle of the day, Florida heat.
Yeah. Oh,
The girl that was started training with me, she broke her shin hopping over the fence.
dang. How you get it back over the fence? Y'all had to.
Dude, it was rough. It was rough. And she had to go to the hospital and everything. And just
Was,
thinking about that and
was
like,
it on the land when coming over the land, or how far?
right, it was on the come down. Yeah, like
Yeah,
she was almost all the way down. I thought she was being dramatic because she was almost already down, and it was like, maybe like 2 feet, and she just hopped off.
that's me.
And she was
That's when you're getting old.
she was older. She was 10 years older than me.
I want to say when stuff like that happen, you get old.
She was a decade older than me. And back then I was just like, girl, get up. But now I be thinking about that. I was like, dang, she was like 41. That was rough.
Yeah.
That was rough.
Oh man, that's crazy. Now
But
you
not
talk.
health wise, I just to speak on the extreme thing, I really do feel like when I started fasting, I was
Yeah.
extreme. Because when I
Yeah.
first started fasting, there wasn't hardly any information out on fasting for women at all.
Yeah.
Everything that I had learned was from men. Uh,
So is it like a big difference? I mean, I know
yes.
like how it affects the body, but
Oh
like,
man, it's a big
the-
difference. I was fasting every day. I fasted every single day.
what's the
I
longest fast? What's the like longest duration of a fast you've done?
I've done 24 hour. I've never hit past. I maybe done like 26, 26.
So you never go for like the 3 to 72 hour or 7 day
Nah,
one.
man. Nah, with church, with OBC, we do OBC, OBC, right?
Yeah.
Every year they do a corporate fast, okay? And
Okay.
it's like all fruits and vegetables for like 3 weeks. And then that last week for 4 days, you're supposed to go just
Like
water.
just water, yeah.
I never made it. Never
Yeah, yeah,
made
like
it, bro.
you chunk the deuces on them. Yeah.
But look, that was before I started fasting for like health purposes. That was before that. That was before I left Knoxville. But that was like the only experience I had had with fasting. And yeah, I was like, nah, I can't. I know for a fact I can't go more than 24 hours. Like that's my cap. But
Yeah.
to me, fast for women, fasting every day, like time, it is really time restricted eating
So like
because you're
so what's the intermittent fasting?
intermittent fasting because
Yeah.
you're eating every day. You know what I mean? But you're only eating for like what 8 hours of the day, sometimes 6 hours of the day, and you're fasted for the rest of that time. And I would do that every day. I did all my training fasted, all my training, my lift, my
Yeah.
weight training, my cardio, everything fasted.
I
And
mean, I practice it a lot.
that's extreme.
I practice. I mean, I've done a. I mean that this might be more extreme than bodybuilding. I've done a 3 day uh fast and 48 hours. Well, 72 hours and 48 hours was dry, like no water, no nothing.
I would never do that.
Like it was like no water, no like no, it was like zero, because
And what was the objective of that?
it was me. I see stuff, I'm a experimenter, get the hypothesis,
Right, that's what I'm
go
saying.
through.
What
But
did they say the health benefit was? It was like for the
so
autophagy? Like what was it?
I mean, in general, the fasting, it helps, like the recycling of the cells and
Right.
internal in the body. And optimally, they say 72 hours is needed. You can get it done with 24, as long as you're
Yeah.
eating clean, and all the other stuff. But optimal is 72 hours. But the dry fast is just it accelerates it more. Like it really gets it
Mm.
pulls like the
It goes
radical, yeah,
deeper.
yeah, those radical cells,
Yeah.
radical things going around in your body from like the deep tissue walls and stuff like that. So you're not basically not supporting it with by keeping it hydrated because a lot of things inside your body needs, to stay hydrated to live. So it's kind of like
Yeah.
almost like drying it out in a sense. Then
Yeah.
so I mean I tried. It wasn't it's always harder at first. Like the first, I mean, granted, it's hard in general. Period. I ain't going like it's
Right.
not hard, But
Right.
yeah, as long as you stay busy, like you say, like a lot of people think, oh, I'm not going to work out, I'm not going to do this. No, for me, I have to do those things because I'm not really, I'm
So
not
you
thinking,
doing regular life.
I'm not thinking about eating. If I'm just sitting around the house for 72 hours, I'm
Right.
gonna be, I'm gonna be like, But I think the hardest part for me when I was doing it, I was still like cooking. So I was still like making stuff for like the kids, and doing things, so
Yeah.
you normally you might want to taste something or you get some on your finger or you just kind
You
of grab.
forget. You could
Yeah.
forget. You be like, oh shoot, spitting food back out. I'm reading.
But
Yeah.
I do like intermittent fast and I did that for a while. Like just like you said, I did most of like the 16/8, like
Yeah.
normally
Yeah.
from what about noon to 8 p.m. and
Right.
then it's easier to because you're gonna be asleep for most of that time. So
Exactly.
and then
Yeah.
you get up and get a morning workout in, and then you knocked out another couple hours. So
Yeah.
by the time you get settled, it's time to eat. So you're kind of good. So I think that's the
That was a
most.
way of life. That was a way of
Yeah,
life. And I tell you what, I never got sick. I never got sick.
yeah. I honestly don't remember getting sick either. I had a friend. What we did we alternated. We did we started with 16/8 one week. The next week we would go 6 hours. We would go what, 18/6.
Yep.
Then the next week we would go 24.
Mm.
And then the next week would be a full 24 hour. And
That's a good way to work up to it.
then we'll have like a week or two, just kind of free,
Right.
no
Yeah.
real schedule. And then we
Right.
started back 18/8, I mean 16/8, we just kind of all
Yeah.
staggered off. And I mean that worked real well. But
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of like carb cycling.
yeah,
Like
basically it's
yeah,
fast cycling.
yeah. Like you just
Yeah.
you're replenishing on that last week, and from a pure, especially from a men for men, from a pure uh body fat or body compositions, like losing fat, like that legitimately works.
No, it,
It
it did, yeah.
legitimately works. And fasting, I think for me at the time, I never got sick. I stayed lean, which it's not it's not hard for me to be lean. Like
Yeah. When
I had to
you
work.
so active. I mean, you.
True.
No, hold on. What's the story behind you carrying 45-pound water jugs from spring water stuff like a quarter mile back home? Like I
Yeah,
seen
because
that. I was like, I seen you walk down some stairs and disappear, and you came back with it. So I'm like, where's she going? Like she going
it's
to
a
like
spring down there. It's a spring. It's a little spring. It's
she
not
going to get
impressive
the
looking.
purple flower from Black Panther, like
Right.
little cartoon little thing. It looked like.
Came back up with powers. Okay. No, this water is legit. It's spring water. And we get it for we don't pay for it. It's free water. We fill up 20 gallons every 2 weeks of
Is,
spring water.
is it like just running spring water? Or is it like an
Yeah, no,
actual?
there's a well. It's not a well. What is it
But it's
called?
like a
Like
little pump thing. You gotta like.
no, it's just constantly. They
Really?
built this. Yeah, they built this. I mean, you can see them if you go to a Google Maps and put in spring near me.
Yeah.
They're all over. They're all
Oh,
over free water. And if somebody goes in to one of these springs and they build like an underwater
reservoir type thing.
tube
Yeah, float.
system,
Yeah.
yeah, like yeah, and it'll flow out. It just constantly flows out. If nobody's filling up water, it's still flowing out. And there's a drainage system down there that just recycles it back into the spring, is what I'm assuming.
Do y'all just
So
drink it straight there, or you like you
no,
treat it? Something?
we filter it.
Okay.
We filter it. So it's losing some of its good properties, but it's also losing some of that bacteria because it's exposed. And it's like it's always running. It's always
Yeah.
running, but there's still bacteria
Oh
from
yeah,
just,
yeah.
so we run it through a filter too. Um,
How long y'all been doing that?
since we moved here, that's one of the reasons we moved here.
Oh
The
really? Is
amount
that yeah?
Yeah,
Oh,
we're really big on water. It's one of the reasons we left Florida. Imagine leaving Florida because of water, right? Like Florida it's where we were, right there in the
yeah.
Gulf, but there's no fresh water. The
Yeah,
water there
yeah.
is absolute trash. Like
Yeah,
we
I
had
grew up in
lime,
Jacksonville, Florida, so yeah, I
you
know. Yeah.
know, like what is up with the water? Lime scale buildup on everything. Like it smells bad. And so when we decided to buy a house, we knew we didn't want to buy a house in Florida. Florida is literally sinking, but we wanted to be near somewhere where there was fresh water. And we wanted to kind of be in between some beach action because we do love
Yeah.
the beach and the mountains. So North Carolina was perfect, perfect area. And we are like 20 miles from a spring, so
What part of North Carolina?
we are in Winston-Salem, which
Oh,
is,
Winston-Salem. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
So
So
you don't be seeing no activity? You be going to the little
you
site?
silly. That's a different Winston-Salem. That's Salem in
Massachusetts. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Massachusetts,
yeah.
yeah.
My
But
bad. Yeah.
when we first discovered it, I thought it was too, and I was like, "Ooh,
Yeah, no,
I go there."
I heard Salem. I just kind of, but then when you said that, I was like, oh yeah, that's Massachusetts. That's my bad. My
Right.
bad.
Yeah, but it's we're in a small little area. We're in Tobaccoville.
Yeah, no, I think I've been there because of the college,
Okay, yeah,
the HBC. Well, it is
yeah,
HBCU, right? Winston-Salem University.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
And then we're in the tri area where we got Charlotte
yeah.
not far from us. We got Greensboro. It's Charlotte, Greensboro, and one other. Listen, but yeah,
Yeah.
there's a bunch of there's more than one HBCUs here, near us, not far from us.
So yeah, you don't have like the little mini farm yet when you get your own little
We working
animals.
on
And
it.
you
We are
working on it?
working on it. We're working on it. We can't keep chickens alive.
You said you can't keep them alive. What
We've had
like is something killing them or y'all killing them and cooking them?
no, we got a lot of predators, dude. We got a lot of predators. We have to fortify our coop because
Yeah,
we have a fenced in, a chicken wire fenced in
yeah.
area. We have a little coop, but stuff like this, the last thing that came through and murdered all my chickens was a cat.
A
Was
cat.
a tomcat.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, yeah, yeah,
This tomcat was a thug. He missing an eye. He was crazy.
yeah.
Like he
Y'all
just,
had Scar walking around the backyard.
I'm trying to tell you, and this was his territory. He was running it over here. And I knew it was the cat, one, because he came the next day we found him dead, and it was snow outside. He peed all around it. I was
Wow.
like, but
That
also
motherfucker's marking his territory.
he was letting people know these are
He's like
my
like a
chickens,
serial killer. He's like, I'm gonna leave
right?
little notes and traces. Like, hey,
This is my chicken. But he left carcasses like the first batch we had, something else got him. I know it was some other predator because they ate. There was nothing, not a trace. It was feather, like two feathers.
damn.
It was six chickens.
Hey
It was
man, hey,
two feathers.
They might have needed that for.
Dude, they was hungry. Whatever it was. I even thought for a second, I was like, did a person come over here and take my chickens? Like, I was like, how did they get them out so seamlessly? There was
Yeah.
no entry point, no exit point. I
Like
was
that some
so
big ass hawk or
confused.
something flew in and just snatched them up.
Or like, yeah, maybe a turkey. I don't know if turkey vultures eat live prey, but we got a lot of turkey vultures over here. But we
Yeah.
also have like hawks. I've seen eagles up
That's what
here.
I'm
We have,
saying. Like they could have just swooped down and just
yep,
had to
got
get
it
a roof.
good.
You gotta get a roof on that mug or something.
I know, right? So that's what we're gonna do. We have to fortify before we get more chickens. We're gonna get some this spring, but we're gonna actually enclose. We're gonna get a kennel, like a big dog kennel,
Yeah.
and put the coop because the coop is, you can move it.
Yeah,
It's
you
not
could
that
swap.
big.
Yeah,
We're gonna put that inside of there. So, because they always get them at night. They won't get them during the day. When we're there, it's daylight. We're moving around. They're good.
but they
So yeah,
predators. I mean, so
right. So we're gonna fortify it. Yeah, because
how much the chicken cost? Like, where you get chicken
they're
from?
not expensive. We get them from what's that place? Like a tractor. It's a little tractor store over here, but
Oh,
they're
okay.
cheap. They're not. I mean, there are some more expensive chickens, but because we knew we didn't know what we was doing for real, we didn't spend no crazy money on chickens.
Yeah.
But we did get them when they were babies, so like we were raising them from little
Wow.
babies, and they have to be under a heating lamp and stuff like that. And so it was really sad because
Yeah.
we had them for months
Yeah, a little
and we
bit.
had named them and everything. And they just got. I was like, we didn't even get no eggs. Like, so
Yeah.
yeah. So we're working on chickens. Um, I have a little garden. I'm actually relocating. I'm actually gonna up and move my garden because where it is, it gets a lot of sun and probably a little too much sun for the things that I like to grow. But I also have a greenhouse that we're building up. And
Yeah.
then my husband is starting an indoor grow
Oh,
this spring. We have a barn.
what he gonna put? What he gonna start
He
with?
gonna grow all the good stuff in the indoor.
Ah.
He has, he got some things. He want to do he's doing hydroponics. He's doing
Oh.
hydroponics, which is like this soilless process. Have you ever seen like the hydroponics
No,
system
I
set
mean,
up?
probably. I don't know if I realized that's what I was looking at, but
Right,
you
right.
said it's like soilless.
Yeah, you don't have to use soil. The roots are like hanging. There's like this bubble steam system,
Uh,
vapor system that gets set up that waters the roots. And listen, I don't know, it's complicated. He's figuring it out. He got all the equipment,
oh
but he
man,
has to wait till it's a little bit warmer before he gets the grow started. But yeah, he wants to do some lavender, some other flower, and
what
some better
marijuana?
some other flowers. No, hemp. What? No, no. Yeah,
I know,
yeah.
right?
So
Hemp. Yeah,
hemp.
we're making like a hemp sweater, hemp
Hemp
scarf.
is okay, you can make some money off of hemp. Like hemp is
You
high
can. I
commodity.
mean, that's like
Yeah.
one of the most. Yeah, I mean, that's like the most versatile like substance in the
Exactly.
world. One of them.
Exactly. So we're gonna grow some of our own. And yeah.
Y'all be out there with
Lavender
chilling.
too, apparently. His mom is like on this lavender kick and she's like, we gotta grow some lavender. We're like, okay, we'll grow some lavender.
You could get your
So
purple flower.
right, right. So yeah. We got the
No.
garden going on. And we're putting in a little pond, little water
Yeah.
system, little pond, not nothing we would drink out of,
Yeah.
but something that kind of keeps flowing and looks good, looks
Yeah.
pretty and nice. Just have some water in this.
Yeah.
I
Yeah. I
love
mean,
water. We like being near water.
yeah, I got the land for it.
Yeah, we do. And it's not being put to good use yet. It takes time, man. Like
Oh, yeah.
homesteading, especially when that's not your full-time job, when
I
you
was about to
have a
say
full-time
it's
job,
a full-time job in
it is.
itself. I mean, that's
It
why
really is.
I
And
mean
we
you
are
basically
such
like
novice.
farming.
We don't know what we're doing. We we
But
just figuring
that's the
these things
fun
out.
part though. That's the fun part sometimes until you like get frustrated. But
Yeah, we're figuring it out each year, each season, spring season. We're discovering things. So
yeah, no, that's what's up. We still y'all still owe us that 2-on-2 sword fight now. Come on now.
no, bro. Listen,
Man.
Y'all
Hey,
gotta make
y'all
a
not
trip.
ready. Y'all not
Y'all,
ready.
hey, but see, and I should have posted the video when we're out there at Water Mountain. We also sword fight. We also track. We also spar. We got a bunch of wooden
Oh,
katanas. Yeah,
yeah.
I got footage. I'll send it to you of my husband and my son sparring. We've been doing this for years. We've been doing this for years. Matter of fact, we used to go to Comic Con every year. You ever been to Comic Con?
I haven't been. That's one of my bucket list things. I always follow it, but I haven't
Bruh.
been. You
You
was
gotta
Chung
go.
Lee one time, weren't you, or something like that?
Several times. I've been Chung Li
Yeah.
twice. I was Sonya Blade 1 year. I was Storm 1 year.
Which one?
And
Which one you go to, or you go to?
so we would go all the time in Florida. So we went every
Okay.
year when we were in Florida, which was like from 2015 to 2000
Where's the
late.
one in Florida? Is it Orlando, Tampa? Where's that one?
Yeah, it's always in Orlando
Okay.
at their Coliseum, some type of
Yeah.
Coliseum there in Orlando. Yeah. And we didn't go for years when COVID hit, because they shut all that stuff down. So the one we went to this past year was the first one we've been to since COVID.
Mm. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I gotta get to the one in San Diego. That's like the big one. That's like
yeah,
the Super Bowl.
huge. Yes.
They got one
Very
in
big.
Vegas.
Oh, I
But
know that's crazy.
we're always like traveling with the twins when they come,
Yeah.
or we'll see it late. It'd be like
Right.
the week of, and it's like, oh, get your tickets.
Hmm.
I'm like, I ain't had no time, so I just probably just
Right.
need to. It's the beginning of the year, so I probably just need to look down and
Yeah,
see.
look up the schedule, find the
Yeah, look
closest
up the
one.
schedule and kind of like
So let
plan
me
it
tell
out.
you, at Comic Con they always have sword fighting. They'll have the foams, the
Yeah,
foam swords. You know how they do the
yeah. I mean,
reenactment stuff. But they'll have all kind of weapons, dude. Like they'll have like katanas, they'll have like big broadswords, big like all kind of stuff.
yeah.
And we get in there and we've had a ball wrecking those kids like so
Fucking
much
them up
fun.
like, ah, ah.
So much fun.
You see the one video Jelly almost made the lady roll over off the she rolled out the damn thing into the wall. Almost like leg sweeped her with the sword.
Yes. She was like, I do this for real. Like, let's go. This is what I really do.
She a softball player, so she hit it like she was hitting the home run.
Oh man. Yeah, it's fun. We've been enjoying it for a long time. These wooden swords though, they
Oh
will
yeah.
mess you
I
up.
was about to say that's a lot different than phone.
It is. And they don't have we have one that has a hand guard. The rest don't.
Oh
The
yeah.
rest don't. And
They
my
got
husband, he's the fence. He's the fence.
I mean, I could tell he did something. I mean, I be seeing he's so nimble, like when like the
And
videos he
long
do.
limbs. And
Yeah,
he used the fence and he got that lunge too, boy.
yeah.
The last time he fought at Comic Con, he was fighting this guy who was like, doing like samurai. He was
Yeah, you
doing
doing all that
samurai
extra
work.
stuff.
Gene was over there foiling him, and it was it was like when East meets West. It was bizarre. It was so crazy. It was dope to watch though.
No, that's crazy. That's funny. What you reading right now, or what's the last book you read, or what you
Mm.
want to read, or
Okay, I'm a little embarrassed to say that.
oh,
Okay,
you
so
over
in
there
my
reading erotica or something? You talking about what you embarrassed about?
I'm always that's always not playing. I love fiction. I love
Yeah.
fiction. Always reading fiction in some form or fashion, listening to or reading. But I'm embarrassed because I'm just now reading Atomic Habits. Okay, let me tell you why.
Yeah.
Let me tell you why. Because when Atomic Habits dropped, my group, because we always do a book. We always do a book in my group. We have a book club, and we had found Mel Robbins's Badass Habits. I think it was
Yeah.
Mel. I think Mel wrote that. The book Badass Habits, right? So we had started that. Then I start seeing Atomic Habits everywhere, and I'm like, that's kind of redundant. We don't need to do both. So I
Yeah,
never read Atomic
when
Habits.
it dropped, it was on like every top 10 must
It
read list.
was,
It was
it
you saw it
was,
everywhere.
and I kept seeing it, but I was like, I'm already reading the Habits book. So I never read it. But the author, he just dropped like a workbook. So he was on Diary of a CEO podcast.
Uh-huh.
And I end up listening to my best friend sent me that podcast to listen to. And I'm like, I need to stop being petty. Why have I not read this book? So I just got it. And me and my girl, we've started it this past week.
Yeah,
So
no, I've read it, but it was at I need to revisit it because it was at a point in time where I was like, I don't know, was it 2023 where I was like, I need to read more. So I just went
mm,
like on a binge. I was just like consuming book, boom, boom, boom. Some of them
hmm
stuck, and then some of them just kind of was like. it was just the fact of getting done and then
You're
going
just
to the
getting it
next
done.
one. Yeah, you know, kind of
Mhm.
going to the next one. So like, I still remember some of the things, but like actually, so like to be able to reference things or
Right.
speak on it and stuff like that, I'll
Yeah.
probably need to revisit it. But a couple of them did stick. Like me, so, my Malcolm Gladwell, one of my favorite authors, so I listen to a lot of his books.
Mhm.
Eckhart Tolle, like The Power of Now, that's like one of my favorite
Love
books.
Eckhart.
Yeah, he a
Love
beast.
Eckhart.
But yeah, that's kind of like all the stuff I'll be listening to mostly. Yeah,
Yeah.
I throw a little fiction in there every now and then, but I'd rather
I
just watch a movie.
Dude, I love fiction. Fiction is what actually got me into reading self-help because I've never read self-help. Grown, Growing up, I didn't read at all. But like
Yeah,
as a
yeah,
young
no,
adult, I started books as a young adult through audiobooks before Audible was a thing. I
yeah.
worked downtown Knoxville. I worked at 21st Mortgage, and it's walking distance from the library. And at the time, I was doing data entry,
Hmm.
just typing all day,
Yeah.
scanning shit. So I started going to the library, and it was just really just trying to stay awake. So I started listening to fiction and just some of the best books I read. I listened to some of the best books, and I went through that whole library, and I was like, "What am I gonna listen to now?" And I looked at the self help. I was like,
Yeah.
Took me years. Took me years to go over there. Years, but once I did, it changed the
Yeah.
game.
I mean,
It changed the game.
I mean, because it's not like in search of anything, but it's more like the ideation and build, just kind of like formulating, thoughts or perspectives or
Right.
you may be thinking that already, but it gives you those books give you a way to articulate it better in a sense.
Language. It gives you the
Gives you-
language.
Yeah, it gives you the language, it's like,
Hmm.
that's what I'm trying to say.
Yep.
Or
Exactly.
that's what I think, it kind of puts
Yep.
that into perspective. That's why I like that because I do a lot of the thinking and all the stuff, but it helps put the words, kind of
Hmm.
just put it molds and then make it cohesive, take
Yeah.
them thoughts and
It,
unscramble them.
it's definitely like a rabbit hole type
Oh
situation
yeah,
for
yeah. No,
me.
it's like conspiracies. You,
Right. Like
you,
you listen, you watch, one leads to the other. Like some of the best books that I've read, they were referenced in a different book.
yeah,
Like I would read one book and they would talk about, oh, well, I read this back, and it's always some old book.
yeah.
Then I'll go back and I'll get that book, and then that book will lead to another book, and yeah, and it definitely gives you the language, and it opens up new realms of ideas and possibilities. You know what I mean?
No,
Yeah.
that's now for like I guess like you I would say like holistic, kind of like the East. You like real big on the Eastern medicine type stuff, like you were saying, do like the herbs, do whatever.
Mhm.
Like how do you balance that? Just kind of like with what like science with like the spirituality with intuition. Like what makes you kind of go in down some of those lanes, or or has anything? It's going to be one of the questions later, but has anything you've done or seen kind of like, oh, I've been doing this all wrong, or I should just switch it up, like, or how often do you kind of like switch, in a sense?
Mhm.
Because I mean, I do a lot, in a sense. I kind of like I'm not set on anything, you kind of just you want to try things out, you see things, not necessarily that you believe or don't believe. It's just kind of you just kind of going through figuring life out in a sense. So
Yeah.
how often do you switch and like what's some of like those key triggers?
I liked, like, I am a forever student. I'm a
Yeah.
forever student. Man, I forgot who said it, who the quote, who said it, but all that I know is that I know nothing at all. And that's kind of
Mhm.
what I live by because I am a know-it-all. But at the same time, like I'm a know-it-all. I'm a Capricorn. I can't help it. But like, yeah, like, and I like to teach and I like to teach and I like to learn. I like to have information, valuable information. But at the same time, part of the reason why I am a wealth of knowledge, why people are like, damn, you always know something about something, is because I know that I really don't know much.
Yeah.
So anytime somebody's talking, I want to know what you're talking about. I want to know I want to understand. Anytime I'm reading a book, whether, I agree with what they're talking about or not, I'm not shutting down. So
Yeah.
the algorithm kind of pisses me off, like the whole concept of algorithm, because it stops. it's good in one sense, but it's bad in the other. It's good in the sense of you can always find more of what you're looking for,
Yeah.
but it segregates you so much, and it you stop seeing things that are opposing to your opinion.
Yeah.
And that's
It's confirmation bias. The
exactly,
algorithm is a real strong confirmation bias, and
exactly.
it closes you
And
off
but
to exploration.
yeah, and who needs a whole internet of yes,
Yeah.
constantly telling you, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. No, I want to know what the hell I don't know. I want to know what I'm not aware of. You know what I mean? I want to learn something new. And I definitely have a thirst for knowledge, for learning new things, but not just to know more than the next. I'm
Yeah.
always looking to optimize my life. And that's not always in like I want to have more money and it's really like I want to be happy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I want to be happy. And that journey definitely shifts. It definitely shifts and maneuvers um in different seasons. Different seasons, different things
Yeah.
make you happy. And I think if you stick to the idea that only one way of life can make you happy, you don't go with the flow. You don't change. You know what I mean? You don't wake up every day as a new person. And I'm
Yeah.
not of the school of I've been the same, I'm gonna stay the same. No, that's not cute. I'm different every day. Don't expect me to be the same thing as I was yesterday because you're gonna be sorely sad and mistaken. Like I'm different. I'm different. Okay. I'm gonna change. I'm gonna grow. And if I was wrong then, I'm okay with that. I'm trying to be right. I'm trying to,
It's a
so
process. Yeah.
it is, and it does, it constantly changes. I know that I have part of my need, just learning about myself, part of my uh quest for happiness is to have purpose.
Yeah.
I think everybody does. So it's not just me, but I'm aware of it. I have to have purpose.
Yeah.
I have to be pursuing purpose. So that changes. If you're in a healthy life, that purpose is going to continuously change.
Is it how often do you or how fast do you switch or stop doing something that don't bring purpose? I mean, some stuff like you may have to do, for a certain
Right.
period of time,
That part.
but like well, once you identify, you're like this. Is it like a cold turkey? You just immediately cut it off, or is it like a
No,
gradual?
I can definitely be hard-headed because I'm not a quitter. Like I
Yeah,
like to change. I'll change. I'll
yeah,
change. I'll change. I'll change my mind about it. That's what it is. Like I'll
Mm,
change how I'm looking at it before I'll just quit something.
yeah,
Like if I feel like, oh man, running every day is not making me happy. It's not serving me. It's my knees hurt, my ankles hurt, whatever. Before I'll quit running, I'll be like, you know what? Maybe I just need to stretch more.
yeah.
This is creating longevity. My bones are getting more dense. Like I'm gonna change my mind before I just quit.
Before you
You
start,
know?
yeah,
Yeah. And sometimes that's good. Sometimes it's not.
yeah. No,
Because that
I
means I
get.
can talk myself
Yeah, you could talk
into
yourself
it.
in or out,
Right.
of anything.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. But again, it's all about it aligning with purpose, you know? And I
Yeah,
find sometimes you can be on that road and you're going, and then life happens, sickness, death, you know, money problems, whatever, and you go into that survival mode and you're not really operating necessarily in purpose anymore. You're operating just to survive.
yeah.
I was telling my dad this a couple weeks ago. I realized I'm so good. I'm so good in survival mode. Like I'm not,
That's a dangerous place to be because
it is.
I am
It's
too. Like
dangerous.
in this, it's you don't realize it's a problem to other. You see like how it affect other people. You're like,
Yep.
oh,
That's how you know you're good at it. Like you personally, you can thrive in survival mode. Like
you thrive you probably thrive better honestly because it's comfortable
it's comfortable. And that, like you said, that's dangerous because you can stay there. And what I've noticed is even though I can move well in survival, like I can go hard, I can get things done. I'm very effective. When I'm in survival mode, my my truer purpose, my personal legend, as Paula would call it, gets put to the back. I forget about it.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And as much as I can thrive there, there's no passion in survival mode. There's no joy. There's no that feeling you get that just really propels you to keep going. Like when you that open heartness, it's just autopilot. You know what I
It
mean?
is. It's I mean, I get in that a lot in real life because like my wife's, they be like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "Ain't nothing wrong with me." Like, "What you mean? What's
Right.
wrong?" I'm like, but evidently, but the energy is putting off. But it's like that
Yep.
survival mode. Like I realize I do it a lot of times because I had to growing up in a
Yep.
sense.
Yep.
And it's almost like the Michael Jordan meme, when it's like, and I took that personally, so like
Mm.
a lot of things get done at its best when I'm in that mode because it's not done for purpose. It's not done for what it's done because I'm trying to
To survive.
I'm trying to
It's
survive. I'm
like,
trying to fuck
yeah,
something up. I'm trying to
yeah.
destroy. I'm trying to like
Yep.
I'm trying to prove something, like I'm
Yep.
locked in. That's how I lock
Mhm.
in a lot of times.
Yep.
I try to like find a different way to lock in, but when you had to you start creating adversity just so you can overcome it
Mm.
to get that feeling of I
Yep.
did something, like it's like
That's
well,
good.
you didn't need to make it that hard, dog.
Right. That part. That part. I hear people, my best friend say it all the time, you should just make that hard.
Yeah.
But and that's like you said, your wife, and I think that's the our personal lives suffer the most when we're in that mode. Like we work, we be getting it done at work, we're accomplishing things on a business front, or even just running the house, making sure everybody's taken care of, but on an intimate level, on a like a heart coherence where your heart is open and you're
Yeah.
able to hear and receive and be at peace and be able to sit without anxiety, feeling like you got to do something. You can't do that when you're in that mode.
No, you can't.
And yeah. And I think you're right. It comes from, what you experienced growing up. We all been through something. We all been through the things. But
Everybody
I
got a
think,
story.
yeah, yeah. And everybody's story be fucked up. I'd be like,
Yeah.
dang.
Yeah, you be like, hold up.
And I know and people would say the same thing about me. And that's why I try to tell people, I'm like, listen, we all come from some messed up things. Like, no, don't believe for 1 second in your head that you're the only person that had it bad. You know what I'm saying? We've all come from some things. And you constantly like validating that story of, oh, you were a victim and you were
Yeah.
downtrodden. No, I tell myself all the time, man, I was able to create this beast of a survivor because of what I come from. Like, yeah, that's why I thrive in survival mode.
Yeah.
Like, and when things are tough, I know I'm gonna shine. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna crumble. I know
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna show up.
gonna rise
But
to the top.
exactly, but that's not conducive to having a lot of good time, a lot of peaceful time because it's in opposition. You know what
It
I'm
is.
saying? So that's something I have been working on. Like I don't have to be going hard all the time. Everything's okay. Relax your shoulders. Take a deep breath. Like we here. We good.
Dang. I mean, I have a hard time internally, like mentally, like being, I don't have a hard time being happy, but when you get in that mode of like happy comfort, like harmony, it's like I could be doing more. I'm
Feel
wasting
like you're being
time. Or
lazy.
yeah, I'm being lazy. Yeah, it's like hold on. I got So it's like a balance of like, how do I, when and how do I enjoy this, and then when it's like, nah, no, you kind of taking for granted your gifts, or
Yep.
that's what I tell myself. Like, man, just. But sometimes it's true, sometimes it's not. But that's like a constant, back and forth internally in the head.
Yeah. And what I find is I have to start. One thing I'm doing right now to kind of help with that is even if I know it's a day I'm gonna relax, I'm still gonna write me a short list of 3 things that I need to check off, and then I'm gonna relax, and I feel at peace because I'm like, at least I took care of my business first. Now I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? And even with vacation, working up to vacation. I'm gonna knock this off, this off, this off, and then when I go on vacation, I'm relaxing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that helps me. It's a little mind game I play with myself, because I do struggle with. And you know what I learned? That feeling like, feeling that anxiety when you're supposed to be relaxing, telling yourself you gotta relax now, chill out. part of that is,
You hear
uh,
David Goggins in your head. You a bitch. Get
yes,
up.
I mean, a bitch. Like
On the couch
part
right
of
now. Eat Oreos, motherfucker.
with your feet up. Yeah, no, part of that is like a lot of our self-worth being directly connected to our works, you know, and being able to feel like you are worthy of love and of a good life, no matter what. You don't have to die out on the battlefield every day to be to be loved or to receive good things, you know. Um,
Well, I guess we all samurai. We both samurai. So
you know, it's like what I
come from
gotta,
a long line of the samurai.
yeah, right. So knowing that it can work for me. It can work, you know, we can utilize that. Our brand of people are go-getters. They accomplish things, you know,
Yeah.
they do like they do the most. They
They,
do too
they they
much.
they they do
They
too
do,
much. They do too much.
you know, but
Exactly.
it's good, you know, it can work for you and can work against you, but
All right, it's cool. So we gonna wrap it up with the three questions. I mean, it's not meant to be quick, not, but it's just like the last three because they can lead to other stuff too. But what habit or action do you resist that you know is beneficial for you?
mm, okay, I'm so messy. And not in a dirty way. Like I do
Yeah,
not go to bed when my kitchen not clean, my bathrooms, my toilets get clean on a weekly basis. I am a clean person, but I am very messy.
yeah.
Like stuff piles up. Like I just or like I'm not the most organized person, and I've hated that since I was a kid. I remember we used to have those desks that you would sit at in elementary. Like you actually
Oh
had a
yeah,
desk,
yeah. It had a
man.
little pocket in the
Yeah, it had a little
middle.
pocket, and I would see kids, little girls, you know, cute little girls in the class that they stuff would be perfect. Their crayon box would be perfect with their glue, and mine would just be just a shit ton of
Yeah,
papers
just
and napkins
overflowing
and
and
shit falling out, tiny little pencils with no erasers, and I'm just like, why would shit look like this? And I would try locker too. Oh my gosh, my locker was terrible. It was so bad. And I always wanted to be a really neat person, organized person.
just ain't never
Always.
happened.
Never happens. And I be trying every day. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make my bed. I'm gonna put this here. And then by the end of the month, it's chaos. I'm like, what? I don't know. So there's some type of habit with organization that I miss all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. Even though I know, you know, I could be so much more efficient. And you know, I've heard two school of thoughts on that because I've also heard that really creative people are not very organized. And from that chaos, you know, but also I do believe that being organized, because I'm organized in a lot of other ways. I'm very
Yeah.
organized. I'm a manic list maker. I'm constantly checking things off. I'm organized in a lot of ways. But when it comes to like literally physical things,
Yeah, it's a mess. You like, yeah, just leave
go
it.
everywhere.
Just step over it. It'd be all right. I know where it's at. I know it's right there. Let me go.
I put it there. Oh my goodness, when my husband puts my stuff away, because first of all, he don't be putting it in the right place. But I'm always like, I put it there for a reason. I knew it was right there. And then he'll go stuff it in some random place because he got ADHD. So he
Yeah,
will
you're like,
put
don't
the
touch it.
keys in, he will put the keys in the fridge. Okay. He's worse than me, but he'll go behind me and try to put up something of mine. Oh man.
He a forgetful ADHD. You got keys
Yeah,
in the
he is. Oh
fridge.
my God.
He put
Yes.
the
And
milk
I
in the
tell
cabinet.
I'm not even joking. I found the cereal box in the cabinet a couple months ago, and I was like, "What happened here? What happened here, buddy?" But you know, he's not just overall forgetful. He has the best memory. We have these you know, turnover little matching games where
Oh yeah,
you
yeah, yeah,
turn the
yeah.
cards over. We have this really big superhero one, has all the superheroes. I mean, there's like 80 cards in this thing. And we play turnover, and I mean, he cleans us
Yeah,
out. He kills us with his memory is actually very, really good. But what I'm learning about ADHD and you know those disorders, um, they they have good memories and good focus for things that they care about, like that they're
yeah,
passionate about, and everything else is kind of just like a big
Just
jumble.
yeah, yeah,
Because he has a great memory when he wants to.
yeah. I mean, that's yeah, that sound like kids. But I mean, I think technically, like clinically, I think with the definition of stuff, I think everybody has some kind of ADHD or OCD
Sure,
or something. The way
for sure.
they made it so broad now, it's like, well, damn,
It's a spectrum.
that's that's
No,
that's 99.9% of everybody.
right. That part. No, I agree. I think like like people that are severe, they really
Yeah,
have a disorder, it presents in a more legit way. But yeah, like, and I think the only reason why we have everybody falls under that label is because we have this false narrative of what normal is.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? That's
You're
not
right
real.
about that.
And I think the more we stop pushing this normalcy narrative, this type A narrative, everybody won't have to, it won't be such a huge spectrum of people saying they have a disorder of some sort.
Yeah,
Because I think there's some people that are clinically, they have imbalances in their brain.
yeah,
But for the most part, people are just people, and we are weird. And there's a way the society has formulated that they think we should be, this box.
yeah,
But bruh, unless the ones of us that are really good at emulating, that have learned really good how to conform, those are the normal people.
yeah.
And
And
I'm
which
that when
isn't
I want to
always
be.
right. Yeah,
It's not.
it's
It's
not.
not. I'm that when I want to be. I can
Yeah,
conform really well. I can fall in line. I could be a soldier really well when I want to be. But at the end of the day, like that's none of us really fit into those boxes,
yeah.
you
No, we
know?
don't. I mean, I always feel like a lot of the autistic people, I've been like, man, they like the X-Men mutants. Like them dudes almost like superheroes in a sense.
They
Like
are.
some of the stuff that they can do is,
They're
but
very intelligent,
you
and
know,
they are just they have no, they don't have those the same like kind of repercussions that we feel
yeah,
internally, mentally, being, feeling disconnected and feeling they don't get those. So they are not conforming to these social cues.
yeah,
Their brains just aren't prompting them to do it. And not that I know anything. No, I don't know any scientists. Don't let
yeah.
me speak
No,
like I'm an
no,
authority.
no,
I ain't
no.
nobody's
Doctor of
authority.
the clinical
I be
research
watching
cool.
Love on the Spectrum. That's where I get my information from. Have you ever watched that show?
No, I ain't never heard of it. Love on the Spectrum. That sounds like a wild show.
It is a show. It's so good though. I really do feel like I learned a lot. It's about people that are on the spectrum, autism spectrum, and like severely,
Yeah,
and like them finding love. It's like a
they found her
dating.
love. Man,
I learned a lot. I learned a lot. I was like, wow, this is this is
that's
you gotta watch it. It's
yeah.
crazy.
I'm gonna check it out. And I'm gonna be probably rolling on that mug. Them dudes be funny as fuck to me.
It's funny. It's
Cause they so
cringy.
cause they don't. I mean, they be genuine to the stuff they doing. Is like, but
They be dead ass. They
but
be dead
socially,
ass.
it's like awkward and funny. I'm like, dude, and they don't care. They just,
No,
all
it must
right,
be nice sometimes. So I'll be
I
thinking
know.
that. I'll be like to just really not have that that voice
Yeah,
telling you to care
that care,
about what this
that
person's
judgment
thinking.
or that care internally. Yeah, it's kind of
That must be nice. That has to be nice sometimes, for
yeah.
real.
All right, so well, what do you want to do more of, or what do you want to do less of, like right now?
Right now,
Yeah, this
dang,
current
I
2026 Shekita.
right, I would love to vacation more. Like,
Vacation? Yeah,
yeah, like just doing stuff, just me and my husband. Because like we
yeah.
do, we travel to see family and do little things,
That's not
little.
vacation. That ain't no vacation.
No, it's not. That's exactly what I'm saying. It's so exhausting. I come back, I gotta catch up on this, and my daughter's schedule's all thrown off, and we're all
Yeah,
exhausted. It's not vacation. Like I want me and my husband. We've literally sat down and planned it for the year. More time for us
yeah.
to just go away, and not like one night where it's so
No,
much pressure.
yeah,
Like some actual time away. Want to do more of that.
yeah. So
Definitely.
yeah, me and my wife, we have like non-negotiable. We have at least minimum 1 week, just us like away from the kids, like vacation.
That's
So
nice.
like a lot of people
Me
are like, you don't take your kids on vacation? Like, no, fuck that. We see that
too. I want to.
we see them niggas 51 weeks out the year. Like, what's I'm
Right.
just gonna spend time with family and grandparents, something like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's not. We try to get more. Like, I think this past year we went to what was it Dominican in February for like 5 days. And then I turned 40 in November, so we went to
Mhm.
Japan for like
Yeah,
11, 10, 11 days. So
that was nice, I'm sure.
yeah, so we had like
Mhm.
2 weeks, like solo, well not so but together,
Yeah,
like just us.
yeah.
So yeah, but like normally we do like a summer vacation, like 1 week, something
Hmm.
like that. Like
By yourself?
well, no, I
Just
mean,
y'all two?
well, just us, but we'll go with other people, like,
Yeah,
I'm like, yo, Shekita, like, we going here, tell her,
yeah.
we'll tell people
Right,
if they come, they come. If they don't, well, we gonna be there,
right, right.
you
We're
know.
supposed to be doing Costa Rica this year in May for our anniversary. This will be our 10th year this coming year.
Congratulations, yeah,
Thank you.
10,
Thank
10.
you. Yep, Big 10. So we're doing Costa Rica this year. I let him do Japan by himself. I was like, first of all, I'm not gonna lie, I have no desire to go to Japan.
Why?
I just one when I do a big trip, like first of all, I don't like flying. I do not like flying.
Okay.
Uh, Hours flying in the air. We did that. We went to Peru. We went to Peru in 2019.
Hmm.
That was
How long was
hours.
that?
I don't even remember. I think it was like 5 hours,
Oh, that wasn't that bad
four,
then.
4 or 5 hours, something like that. But there's two. There's more. So we flew into Lima
Yeah, but it was like the longest you was in the air was 5 hours at a time.
at a time. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And that was too much for me. That was too much. I was in there like, oh, like,
That's how long it takes to get from Vegas to Florida.
oh no, I was not a fan of that at all. And I think he flew, wasn't it like 14 hours or something? How
Yeah.
long was it for y'all?
Yeah, it's like it was 11. It was 11 for us.
Did y'all have a
Stop
nonstop flight or just? Because I think
from
he flew out from Atlanta. He flew
so
from here to
we
Atlanta.
drove from LA to Osaka. It was straight
Oh
11.
wow, from LA. Okay, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And
Yeah,
then
that makes
we
sense.
was gonna drive to LA. We was like, forget it. I mean, I think a ticket from LA to Vegas because it's only like 40 minutes. It was like
Hmm.
sixty
Did I
dollars.
keep forgetting y'all live in Vegas?
Yeah.
Forgetting that, man. Yeah, y'all right out there. That makes sense.
Yeah, so I mean it was a long flight, but I mean I've been like to Spain and India, Bengaluru, so I was already used to it.
See, I don't like flying that much. I really don't. And then just thinking about a flight that long, I was like, it has to be somewhere I really wanted to go. I really wanted to go to Peru. Before him and I even got together, he wanted to go to Peru. I wanted to go to Peru. That was like a lifelong dream for
How
both of
was it?
us.
I mean, did it live up to the
First of
lifelong?
all, it probably would have if we didn't go doing what we decided to do. So we went for a 5 day trek. Okay. A 5 day trek through the ice capped mountains, through the Amazons,
So y'all was hiking the
through
whole time.
we hiked 10 hours a day
Oh my!
for 4 of those 5 days.
Was
The first day,
was that a spiritual journey?
it should have been. It was unbeknownst to us. Nah, nah, we did think we was gonna find some ayahuasca, but nah, ain't no way. Because let me tell you, when you do
You hiked 10 hours a day for 5 hours. I mean 5 days. And you ain't get no ayahuasca.
we ain't get no ayahuasca. The guide, he was so cool. We asked him about it. He was like, have you had, he said, before you meet ayahuasca, the mother, you're not supposed to have sex for 10 days. You're not supposed to have any type of uh like painkillers or nothing, no type of drugs, no type of meat. You're supposed to really cleanse your body beforehand, right?
But don't the ayahuasca cleanse you? Like people be throwing up and doing all that
People be
stuff.
doing all of that after they cleanse, and just imagine how bad it would be if you
Yeah,
didn't. How much worse, like them, because it's spiritual. You got
yeah,
that meat come out as darkness. That's
yeah.
gonna come out as evil.
You got souls leaving your body.
Yeah, that's gonna come out as torture. What happened to that cow? And the problem was we still probably could have gotten access to it, but my husband got really bad altitude sickness. So when we first flew in, we flew into Lima. We had to stay in Lima for 2 days. Then we flew to Cusco, Cusco, Cusco.
One of them. Couscous, that's the little
Couscous is
rice, that's the
food.
little grain. I mean, well, Lima is it's not like lima beans, so it might
Right.
be
It
good.
all sounded like good food. Okay. I was really excited. But we flew up there and then we had to wait there. We had to stay there for 4 days before we even started our hike because that's already higher elevation, ridiculously higher elevation. And then our actual hike, I mean, we're hiking. They drove us up for 4 hours to the top of this mountain, and then we hiked kind of like this.
Yeah,
A
just
lot
kind
of
of.
switchbacks, a lot of switchbacks. Okay, literally 10 hours every day for 4 hours. So we hiked from the place that they dropped us off at to Machu Picchu, which is the holy temples, the
Yeah.
temples there, the stone temples. And that's what we were really, really, really excited to see. We were so excited to see Machu Picchu. But when I tell you, we were so tired by the time we
Yeah, I
got
was.
there. We were so dog tired. And this is why so doing all this hiking, doing all this trip, the last 2 days of it, they give you this option. They're like, if you came with some extra money, you can hop on this train and not do this last 10 hours. We was like, we ain't come with no extra money. So we're gonna do this hike.
We gonna do this 10 hours.
Yeah, so we see our whole crew that's been hiking with us all these days hop on this train and they're like, bye. And we're like, bye. And we trekking it, right? And then we get to this, and it was like that for the last 2 days. So everybody else shows up to Machu Picchu all refreshed and happy and
Yeah.
shit. And we up there like,
Drained. It's like, man,
I don't
fuck
want to
this.
walk none of this. And then Machu Picchu itself is a maze of stones. It's an architectural wonder. It's
But more walking
insane. Nothing but walking up and down all the stairs.
with potential
Like
to get lost.
oh my gosh, it was insane. So we had an amazing time. We had an amazing time, but it was a life changing
Yeah.
because changing time because it was one of the hardest things we'd ever done. It was one of the hardest things we ever done. It tested us both. I mean, I was chewing coca leaves the entire time. I was like, I'm gonna get me a hit of cocaine at some point because this is if I eat enough.
Did you like hurry pack them or you was like grabbing them shits wild off the tree like
They have them everywhere. They have
oh
them everywhere. Like they literally, when you
God.
get off the plane, seriously, when you get off the plane, they have a big bowl of them because they're like it helps. It helps with altitude sickness.
It helped
It's
numb it helped numb you after hiking for 10 hours a
it's like
day.
a stimulant. It's like a
Yeah.
stimulant. Yeah. So and every morning, this Sulkentai is the name of the company that we did the trek through. They provided so much. Like you would wake up, they would set up the campground. They would have accommodations for us to sleep and everything. We had our own sleeping bags and stuff. And then they would provide breakfast that morning. We would hike for about 5 hours wherever we set up camp there. They would have food. They would prepare food, and then we would hike another 5 hours. And then they would have a setup for us at night.
Yeah.
So it was really legit. It was really legit. It was considered all inclusive. And there was this hot spring at the end that was
No,
so
yeah,
necessary.
those are
Oh,
always
it was so necessary.
you
But it
probably
was
won't
a
be able, you probably won't be able to walk. Oh, how was that plane ride back after hiking that much? Been
so
on the plane that long.
one so we were there for 2 weeks. So by
Oh,
the
okay.
time we got done with the hike, we were in we were we had to we were
You
in
had time to
hostels.
kind of rejuvenate a little bit.
Yeah, we were floating from hostels to hostel for another 4 days
Oh,
before we
okay.
got on the plane to go back. But I mean, just bug bites were insane. Just
Oh,
covered, covered in bug bites.
it
Because we
ain't.
slept out in the jungle 2 nights, and
Ooh.
it don't matter how much tent you got around you. You could be zipped up in
Yeah.
your sleeping bag. They're gonna still bite you up. It
Was
was
you able to
crazy.
sleep, or was you just kind of like in
Nah,
and out? Yeah, I was
because
about
I
to
don't
say, yeah,
sleep.
ain't
I
no
don't
sleep.
sleep. My husband make a joke. He says, "Shoot, you don't sleep, you wait,"
Yeah, he just
because
be sitting there.
I am not the best sleeper. I work really, really hard on my nighttime routine to get good sleep. Because I deal with like seasonal insomnia and stuff like that. I'm just not the best sleeper. So I have to be very regimented with my sleep and I have to be in a comfortable place. So when we go places, unless it's like luxury, this is what I've learned over the years. Unless it's
Bougie.
luxury,
You done got
bougie,
both.
bougie, I'm not sleeping. I'm just gonna be sitting there looking crazy. So yeah, we learned, uh no
That's
more
funny.
hiking vacations. Like
Yeah,
if
nah,
we
that's
go on a hike while we're
at
there,
least
cool.
not no 4 or 5 day one. I mean, 10 hours. You do one for about a good half a day and be done.
Yeah, like
You got a whole
if
week.
you do the leisure, like when we go to Costa Rica, we want to do
Yeah,
some little hikes, but we don't want the whole vacation to be
yeah,
surrounded around this trek. because that
We
was
went to Costa
crazy.
Rica. We had to hike up like a little. It's a little. It's not like a hike, but you had to. It's an actual. You had to hike up to do the zip line. Like you kind of
Right.
zip line through like the jump.
Yeah. And I'm trying to do
It's
all
like
of that.
monkeys walking by and jumping. You zip line and monkey swinging the tree. You like, man, this mug jump on me while I'm sliding through the junk.
I'm trying to do all of that. I'm trying to see the monkeys.
I mean, it was a long track, but that was it. It wasn't like we was out there with the walking sticks and backpacks
Right.
and shit. Nah, we weren't doing all
Speaking of
that.
walking sticks, we didn't bring walking sticks. Everybody had these walking sticks, and we was like,
Yeah, y'all was thugging it
"Little
out.
walking stick."
Y'all was raw dogging them mugs, thugging it
By
out.
day two, they had this stand where this lady, she had whittled
Selling
some
them.
sticks. We was like, we can give us the sticks.
We got extra
Give
money
us
for
the sticks.
that.
Hey, dude, it was crazy. That was a crazy, crazy trip, but it was
Yeah,
good.
so the last one, what belief or accepted knowledge are you kind of like questioning or reworking or revisiting right now?
Mm, mm, mm.
Or
So, religion, right? Like
yeah,
religion,
I
like
mean, yeah, it's a common
Christianity.
thing. Yeah,
Christianity. I grew up in a, as in a Christian household in a church. There was it was apostolic, black apostolic. I don't know if you know anything about apostolic.
no, you got to define that one for me and probably.
I can't define it. Let me tell you, because I didn't know until I was an adult that I didn't really understand differentiations between denominations. I didn't
Yeah,
understand it until I was an adult. I just thought churches were church, and some of them
yeah,
were a little bit louder, a little bit more hell and damnation, and some of them were a little more chill. Um, but as an adult, I met apostolic people, people that were apostolic, but they were white. And I mean, they only wore skirts. They were only wearing
okay.
skirts. They didn't really like cut their hair, and they had all these different religious all this dogma. And I'm just like, dude, I grew up apostolic, and my peoples was out in the parking lot smoking cigarettes after church. Like
Yeah,
it was a little different vibe. It was a little bit
yeah.
different vibe, but yeah, just growing up with and seeing and understanding as a youth the contradiction in religion.
My
But yeah,
bad.
just seeing
Yeah,
the contradictory and realizing it as a kid, but pushing through that out of fear. Because when I would question too much, it was like you don't question God. If you question too much, that means it's just a faith problem, which
yeah,
means you need to pray about your faith. You don't need to ask more questions. You need to pray for more faith, for more conviction around your
yeah.
faith.
There's something wrong
And
with you,
yeah,
basically.
it's not the book. The book
No.
makes sense how it makes sense because
Book
the
been
book says
translated
it.
by man several times, but it's not the book.
Right, that part. And then yeah, and like understanding learning more about these men that decided, what goes in this book, Constantine and the Council of Nicaea, and like
Yeah,
all of the things that went into creating this book. Not we don't have to go into like the stories themselves
yeah.
or the rhetoric on slaves and the dynamic of the slave to the slave master and what they decided to keep in there about women and how even who listening to these podcasts? Who you say you
Hey
sharing
man,
this
hey,
with?
I had one. We was talking about some wild stuff. We were talking about the Crusades and people, the African Ghana dude that scammed everybody out of the money, talking about he was building the ark for the flood and saying his ass got what I mean, they got what they deserved because they shouldn't have believed that dumb shit anyway. But
Jeez.
so I mean,
Not that what they
it's been
deserve.
all over the place. We talk about Antarctica theories and portals and shit. So hey, I
Dude,
mean,
that's dope. Why we didn't get the portals? That's crazy. We should have got there.
yeah, man,
We
we
should
got a
have
little
got the portal.
time.
No, but like I learned
That's what you was looking
the
for in Peru. You was trying to find a portal in Peru and the
portal, like straight up, bro. What? The ley lines, they go
yeah,
through Machu
yeah,
Picchu. I was
yeah.
trying to
I'm about
find
to say,
something.
yeah. I don't know the Machu Picchu, but I know Peru and some portals and then all
Yeah,
the little
yeah.
ancient sites, that got the mysteries behind them.
It's real. And you could feel it too. You could feel
Oh,
it.
oh, yeah,
When you stepped onto Machu Picchu, it was insane. Like we were
yeah,
tired, we was worn down, but we was still like in reverence. It was like this is crazy. Like it was
yeah.
it was magical. But yeah, I learned a couple years ago that even the story of the way the story has been translated of childbirth and how, the original sin, Eve's sin, is the reason why childbirth is so painful.
Yeah.
That was written in. That was written in. That wasn't a part of the original text. And there was this whole uh belief during beginning of the witch trials where they forbade midwives. They called them witches.
Yeah.
And that whole process took women out of the process of helping other women birth children and place men, not only men, but back then being a delivery doctor, a doctor that
Yeah.
delivered babies, was considered the lowest of the low as a doctor.
Yeah.
Okay. So you was only there if you was a trash doctor. Okay. If you got
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
them doctors hated their lives, they hated their profession, they were alcoholics. They were just the facilities where they put all these doctors to birth babies were nasty. They were dirty. That's why the death rate for
I'm
women
so
during
high.
childbirth
Yeah.
was so high, because before that it wasn't.
Mm.
It was a sanitary issue. It was doctor interventions where they start
Yeah.
using
The little
little,
metal prongs and clamps
yeah, to
and
pull
yeah,
babies
pulls.
out and
Yeah.
shit, and they making you lay down when gravity tells you stand up. Why would you
Yeah.
lay down? You know what I mean? And like, just all the conspiracy
Mm.
around having babies, and I'm not down in any way anybody has had a baby. I with my son, when I got pregnant when I was 20, I was like, I want all the doctor interventions. Give me that epidural, lay me down, cut up what you got to do. I mean, like, I didn't
Just
get,
do it.
just take it. I didn't do a C-section, but I didn't really feel much. Like, it was,
Yeah.
but getting older and having more understanding about what I actually had the option to do, what was best, what was natural, what my body naturally knew how to do. When I had my daughter, I went into it with a completely different mindset. And I was like, nah, we about to do this. I don't
Yeah.
need no drugs. We about to do this at home. North Carolina was like, bitch, no, you're not. It's illegal. You can't have no baby at home.
Really?
Yes, yes. They
Even if
would
you couldn't make it to the thing or something, like
right. So that's what women
you gonna
typically
come give
do.
me a ticket, you gonna come
That's
around.
the thing. That's what women typically do if they really want to have a baby at home. But I was like, it's cool. I found a nice midwife's office that was near me. I was like, it's cool. I
Yeah.
still wanted, and they were still very good with allowing me to do all the things that I wanted to do. I birthed at home. I mean, I labored at home
Yeah.
the entire time, to the point where we almost didn't make it to the hospital. We left my house at 4 o'clock. I had her at 4:35,
Oh
and the
yeah, damn.
hospital was 25 minutes away.
Yeah, you was pushing in the car. You
Yeah, I
you were
was. My water
halfway
broke in
out.
the car. My water broke. Gene was jumping medians on the way. Like, it was crazy. It was bizarre. And I didn't do an epidural, but I tell you what, about 3 minutes before she came out, I was in my mind. I was like, I wonder if I could ask for an epidural right now. Like, I'm not hating on how nobody has had a baby, but I just know that I've learned that our bodies are capable of a lot, and how, just like with everything in Western medicine, how things have kind of evolved is more so is the patriarch is very involved. There's a lot of money involved. There's a lot of control and hands-on in things that they don't necessarily have to have their hands on. And a lot of it gets tied back to the Bible. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And the Bible gets tied back to it. And it's like that's how you control people. How you control people. So
Oh yeah, I mean definitely.
religion.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean I think that's probably gonna be one of the number one thing.
Hmm.
I mean, just because I think even today, like with our generation, anybody born from like 80 to 90, and
Yeah.
in that time frame, we've I had a discussion with previous guests, like we had the best of all, we had the biggest collection of knowledge and perspective because,
Yeah.
we grew up pre-internet and internet, we
Yep.
grew up, pre-social media stuff, like everything,
Yep.
like is kind of, we're the only generation that has that. And a lot of us are now kind of questioning the norms and breaking generational curses and not just
Yep.
accepting the status quo just because it's almost like we getting our childlike curiosity back. You know how a child,
Yeah.
when they get a little knowledge, they start questioning everything. Well, why? But why I gotta do
Yep.
this? Why I do
Yep.
this? And like, it's kind of like we're having like an awakening on that piece right now. It's like, hold up,
Definitely.
that really don't even make sense. You know, like hold on,
Yeah.
let me just stop blindly following this. You know,
Yeah.
in a sense. So
And
yeah,
I heard there was this guy, he spoke to it really well, and apparently it's a real thing, but it's like these phases you go through. The blind belief following, then the disillusionment. And mine started as early as college. I think for a lot of people our age, it started in college.
yeah,
You know, having if you go to college and you take American literature, Western civics, psychology or sociology, you get a glimpse into the past and you get to see
definitely,
everything from this overview, and you get to see how much religion reflected the art and the art reflected the religion, and how much like control the government seized at different times, or the kings or whoever was in
yeah,
power at the time seized religion to control people. Like you see it, it's laid out right there. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's not even. And then I remember growing up, being in college and bringing that to a pastor, and they had no idea what I was talking about.
No, they don't. I mean, because they blindly followed and blindly teach. You know,
Yeah,
and some of that stuff they don't. Again, it goes back to the point. You don't you don't question. You just
right.
do. You know, and like
Yeah.
so to them it's foreign. Or some of them they may know they're just naive and they don't want to because
And it's
you
history.
it
And it's
is.
literally history. It's not some made up fantasy book.
And most of that is doctored too because
It's doctored to exactly.
whoever won the war, whoever won is the one that wrote the
To
story.
tell the story. Exactly. That part. So I'm like, the knowledge that's here is just, it is what it is. And I was never the where I've got the best peak, unbiased peak, like I said, was through literature.
Yeah,
Because literature throughout history would have poems that reflected what was going on in the world, stories that were art, even the art, the visual art. It all reflected what was going on in the world. And whether they wanted to or not, they was showing you, they was giving you a peek into what was really going on. And when you
yeah,
compare that to stories of the Bible, it's like you start to see a lot of incongruencies. And same thing with like sociology and psychology. When you start to learn how the human brain works, and
yeah. Oh,
how the herd mentality and all of that, you cannot help but to see all of those, that psychology in
yeah.
religion. You know what I mean?
I
And
mean,
churches.
it's evident. I mean, you can. It's almost like all the other stuff use the religion as the blueprint to, you know, kind of the base it
Right,
off of because
right,
it's so systemic and thought out. It's actually genius, regardless of how mischievous or evil it is. You know, it's like a,
right,
you know, who
right.
the motherfucker that master planned that was a damn genius.
And this is the thing. I'm not wholly subscribed to the fact that it's evil. I think
Yeah.
it can be used for evil. It's used for evil all the time.
Oh yeah,
All
yeah,
the
yeah.
time. But I think the fundamental premise of it can be used for good. I think that people need purpose. People
Yeah, they do.
need
Yeah.
guidelines. They need direction. We need something to subscribe to. We need something to believe in, something bigger than ourselves. Period.
At least as a whole, as a mass. I mean, because
As a whole.
I
As a
think
whole.
the conversation came up like you got 9 billion people knowing that they gods and they can do all these different things. You can't control that.
Yeah,
You know how much chaos is, and some people don't have good intentions. So you know, if
a lot of people.
you got a bunch
Yep.
of Supermen walking around just fucking shit up. It's like, hold on, we gotta nerf these motherfuckers. We gotta, we
You
gotta,
gotta put some fluoride in their
yeah,
water. No,
we gotta cut a couple things off. Let's put some fluoride in the water. Let's put a little
right.
this and that and that. We gotta
Dim that
suppress
down a
the,
little bit.
yeah.
Chill out. No. Yeah, no. And for me, so the personal journey that I'm on, that I was trying to tell you, this guy, I heard him talk about it. He was saying it's the blind following. There's the disillusionment. Then there's this journey back to what you believe and like what you feel and landing in what you feel. Some people, they journey back and they go back to the blindly following because that's what they were comfortable in. And they
Yeah.
remember when hard times arose when they were growing up, that their mother or their grandmother, they landed in that faith and that sustained them and that got them through. So they go back to that and they say, okay, I'm going to put the blinders on because here I have community. I feel safe. I have something that I can lean into, that I can believe in, whether it makes sense, whether it's real. I rather bet on this than not and end up burning in hell and damnation.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
people stay
Was
there.
it Pascal's wager?
Yeah.
Like
Some people go
it,
there. Some people stay in that floating area where they're just like, um, it all sounds like BS. So, I can't believe in something, so I'm going to believe in nothing.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Some people stay there. I am on a journey to reconnect to what feels true to me personally. You know what I mean? Like, um, I personally love the idea of Jesus. I love the idea of Jesus. I
Yeah.
love what he stood for, you know, for really to rub some people raw. When I hear about God, it's way less appealing than when I hear about Jesus.
Yeah.
And of course, if you subscribe to the Christian belief, the Holy Trinity, they're
It's
one
all
and
the
the
same.
same.
Yeah, one
They're
of the
one and the
same.
same. They're aspects, but that's that aspect, that persona of the Almighty Jesus speaks
Yeah.
to me, and I
Well, I
feel
mean,
myself.
Jesus is the only constant across multiple religions. They don't speak
Right.
of the
They don't
Christian
say the same
God.
name. Right.
Yeah. They don't speak of
Exactly.
Christian God. They speak of Jesus in the Quran
Right.
and some of these other ones as like the person that's the good, like this model citizen,
Right. Right.
with these capabilities. But so yeah, I
Yes.
mean that makes a lot of sense.
And maybe I can relate because he's the only one that's been spoken of to have come to earth, to
Yeah,
have had this thing called the human experience.
yeah,
And despite all the darkness and all the misdeeds and terrible things, he's choosing love, he's choosing forgiveness, he's choosing, to give,
yeah,
to be considerate of other people. And that's what I care about. I want to
yeah,
model myself after that. All the things that I fall short of, that I'm never going to accomplish with my wrong personality and what I've been given, that's still something to aspire to. That's something
yeah.
for me to believe in.
I mean, you said that to experience life through. Like I have seen that some people, it's a growing idea that Jesus was a metaphor for just humans in general. Like because
That's good.
humans are God experiences himself through the
Right
physical
through us.
form,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Jesus was just an analogy to was essentially the Adam and Eve. Really, like that was the creation. It was an analogy for humans' purpose.
Right.
So it's funny that you said that because I've seen that recently, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, that actually makes sense.
It makes sense for me, the whole Bible being an analogy for sure.
Yeah,
For
of
sure.
course, yeah, of
That
course,
makes way more sense to me than anything else.
yeah,
And I can get with it like that. Like I can
yeah,
read it and it actually be applicable to my life because a Bible that's literally, supporting slavery is too much for me. It's too much. It's too much. And I know it was a different time and slaves have been around forever. That's great. But like when I'm talking about like things that I want to apply to my life, I love the metaphors. I love
yeah.
the
No,
metaphors
no. I
in the
mean,
Bible.
it's easily to apply as a metaphor than as thou shalt. Like as a matter of fact.
All the
Yeah,
unclean just wears me out, bro. But yeah, so
but
that's
no.
something that I'm reworking, and I feel like that's gonna be a lifelong journey.
Oh yeah, I mean it's not a one and done one time thing. It's a constant process, and
Right.
maybe something next month that's different, kind of
Yeah.
gear it. But that's what it's
And
meant to be. It's a
you know
wandering
what's
head.
crazy? Going west brought me back here because when I first started on my spiritual journey,
Mhm.
it was during my yoga certification back in 2000 when I started in 2012. And I just remember being so much more drawn to Eastern religion and their
Yeah,
theology, especially the Buddha. Like I'm just like that makes more sense to me. Understanding suffering
yeah,
needing to be a thing to have peace, that
yeah.
to me that made more sense
It's that
than
yin and yang balance.
that makes so much more sense to me than, y'all disobey, so I'm murdering all of y'all. Like that to me as
Every
a
woman, man, child, off with
dead,
their head.
dead, okay, and your sons, and your sons, and your sons. Like what?
Yo.
Whoa! The wrathfulness of God in the First Testaments really thrilled me. And every time I would try to go through the Bible, I would just get depressed. I would
Yeah,
get so depressed. So early on, going through my yoga certification, I started to read a lot more the Tao, and kind of delving more into Eastern
yeah,
philosophies. And oddly enough, going deep enough into that brought me back here, brought me back to myself because I feel like there's a lot more encouraging of what's inside of you.
yeah.
No dogma of what this religion says to do. Don't this and that. Follow this, follow that. Everything kind of points back. Everything points back. What's going on internally? What's inside of you? And the kingdom of heaven is supposed to be inside of us too. So it
I
all
believe
brought
it.
me back. It really did. Just staying on the journey, I think, is important. Not giving up.
No, no, it is. And, well, I appreciate your time, Shakita. Tell everybody where they can find you, like if you want to be found,
I can find it if you want to, if you into, fitness and things, because I don't really go into much of, I don't do a whole lot of outside of poetry, personal
Yeah,
stuff. I show my health habits on my pages or
yeah.
whatever. But if you're into it, if you're into fitness and things and such, I'm on Instagram, Shekita_D, I think.
Something
Yes.
like that. Yeah,
Facebook, Shekita Driskill.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So,
been a username for so long. I don't even
oh no,
know.
I don't ever share it. I never tell
Yeah.
people. So, but yeah, man. And catch me doing poetry every now and then in the local Knoxville area. Something else I enjoy doing, spoken word. So,
All right, well, we'll continue the portal conversation on Instagram. I'll send you a couple posts.
yeah, sounds good. I'm trying to see something. I'm trying
Hey,
to travel. I told you I'm trying to travel this year.
hey, yeah, hey, I gotta find somewhere that's gonna do the ayahuasca. I gotta plan those prerequisites.
Dude, Peru is closed.
Yeah,
Peru is close to us. Well, it was when Trump first came into office the first time. They closed Peru. Right
yeah,
after we got back, 2020, they closed it. Like
right,
America to America. I don't know about
yeah,
to other people.
yeah.
But
I mean, he bombing Venezuela right now, so it's probably gonna be
yeah,
South
yeah.
America gonna be a wrap for a while too.
Exactly. I was about to say we're limiting. It's getting
Yeah.
limited to where we can go. We getting boxed in here, but um,
Well, well, yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate your time. And yeah, happy early birthday.
thank
Let's
you.
get
Thank
it.
you for having me.
No
This is
problem.
awesome.
All right. Thanks. All right. Bye.
All right, peace.